بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. My dear students, this is your 10th lecture. Today we are going to deal with diphthongs. In the last lecture we talked about monophthongs. Now it's time to talk about diphthongs. So what is the difference between a monophthong and a diphthong? A monophthong remains in its position and does not glide to another vowel position. That's why sometimes it's called a fixed vowel, constant vowel. It remains in its position and there is no movement in the vowel. But in diphthongs, we have a glide. We have a glide from one vowel position to another. This is the basic difference between monophthongs, which are fixed in their positions, and diphthongs, which glide or move from one position to another. So, what is a diphthong? What is a diphthong? A diphthong is a glide from one vowel to another, and the whole glide is seen like one long vowel. So, even though a diphthong is a movement from one vowel to another, it does not mean that we have two vowels. It is one vowel at the end. It is considered as one vowel. So we have one movement from one vowel to another, but the whole movement, the whole glide is still seen as one vowel. Now, the second question is, what are the kinds of diphthongs? There are two types of diphthongs actually, or two kinds of diphthongs. The first one is called closing diphthongs. Closing diphthongs. So again, another question, why do we call them closing? Because they are the vowels that move or glide to a closed position. So whenever we have a movement or a glide from a non-close to a closed position, or from close to closer, it means that this diphthong is a closing diphthong. Actually, we have two types of closing diphthongs depending on where they go. If the diphthong goes to E, which is a closed vowel, as you know, we have three types. And we have another type when the diphthong glides to U, which is also a closed vowel. Both E and U are closed vowels. So any movement towards these two vowels will make a closing diphthong. So what are the closing diphthongs? The closing diphthongs that end in E are A, as in day, day. I, as in Y, Y. Oi, as in toy, toy. So these are the three diphthongs that end in E. And you can see that the second part of the diphthong is E vowel. And we have another kind, as I said, which is the one in which we have a movement to U, like ow, ow, now, now, and O, just like the word low, low. Look, also the second part of the diphthong is U. It means we have a movement from this vowel to the U, a movement from this vowel to the U. These are the five closing diphthongs, three ending in E, two ending in U. The other type of diphthong is called centering diphthong. Centering diphthong. So again, the question is, why do we call them centering? Because they are the vowels that move or glide to a central position. The movement is towards the center of the of the vowel chart, as we are going to see later on. They are of one type only, as they may end in schwa. So we have 3 centering diphthongs which end in schwa. These are ia, like here, ua, like pua, and aya, like haya. Now, there is an important note here to be mentioned. The diphthongs ia, aya, and ua are very difficult to pronounce. Why? Because they are not frequently realized in everyday language native speakers use nowadays. All other diphthongs are frequently used, and we can hear them in lectures, in movies, in series, in English, but these 3 are no longer frequently used. That's why our exposure to these diphthongs is very limited. We don't hear them frequently. That's why it's difficult to pronounce them in the correct way. Actually, most people now, English people, native speakers of English, I mean, they don't say here, they say here. I'm standing here, not here. Not here. Most of them say here. And poor instead of poor. Poor. They use o instead of ua. So these diphthongs are difficult because they are not frequently used, and we do not frequently hear them. Now this is a table. You can make use of this table to have a better understanding of diphthongs. These are closing diphthongs. The one highlighted in yellow are the ones ended in u. These highlighted in gray, they end in u. And we have another examples like bay, by, boy, okay, bow and bow. The centering diphthongs are ia and ua and aya. Now let's have a look at this chart. This chart actually shows the movements we have in diphthongs, in the various types of diphthongs. Let's start with diphthongs, closing diphthongs ending in e. Look, we have a movement from this vowel position to the e vowel, and the resulting vowel is a. This is the a. We have a movement from a to e, and the resulting diphthong is I. And we have another movement from o to the e, and the resulting diphthong, is oi. Look, oi, I, and a. Now the other closing diphthong type is the one ending in u, and you can have a look at this point. Here we have o and ow, o and ow, ow and o. Now, centering diphthongs are the diphthongs moving to the center, to the schwa. This one is ia, from e to the schwa. This is aya, from a to the schwa, aya. And the last one is ua, from u to the schwa, from u to the schwa, ua. So this vowel chart is very important. I advise you to try figuring out the movements we have here, and you may draw it more than once, and it will be very helpful, I guess. Now, let's summarize the ideas given in this lecture. We are talking about diphthongs. Diphthongs are divided into closing and centering. Closing are vowels, are diphthongs gliding to the closed position. Centering are diphthongs gliding to a central position. Closing diphthongs are subdivided into ending in E and ending in U. Ending in E are A, I, and Oi. Ending in U are Ow and O. The centering diphthongs end in Schwa, and they are Ia, Ua, and Aya. I hope that this lecture gives you a good and clear idea of what do you mean by diphthongs. Next lecture, inshallah, we are going to talk about triphthongs and other vowel sequences. Thank you for listening, and I ask Allah to keep you safe and to accept all your good deeds, and Ramadan Mubarak.